So, with the first week of training camp finally coming to a close, we can finally take a look at some of the good things and bad things that came from the first week. While most people are focused on the noise and headlines, I'm zeroing in on 5 real storylines that we should pay attention to heading into this Dallas Cowboys season. These 5 things may be just the backbone on how our season may go or how we gain our identity in these things. First storyline, the defensive tackle and nose tackle. Now, I know how the news broke. When asked the question, Brian broke down and said how, Mazi Smith came in lighter and he's looking slimmer. And I know that got a lot of people's attention and how this is a red flag and what should we do about this? How should we panic? I know Cowboy Nation, but digging deep, thanks to my content creators brethren having great receipts and tracking back. Actually, if you look at it, compared to last year on when we was coming into camp, Mazi's really only lost 5 pounds. So I'm not too worried about Mazi, but what I was worried about, like what came out of Brian Schottenheimer's mouth is that they were going to view him as a nose tackle and a 3-tech. And I was just thinking to myself, I got very, very nervous when they said this because I'm thinking to myself, we already have a lot of 3-techs. So if you're viewing the nose tackle that's already rare and few in between in your roster as a 3-tech, that means you're viewing some of the 3-techs as nose tackles as well. And you're just going to be interchangeable. And he later followed up with that statement saying how they wanted to be a multiple front and change the look. I know they're going to be a high substitution team because I know what White Cotton loves to do. But now, coming back and talking with people, yep, this front 7 is going to be looking very Rod Marinelli-ish, not valuing the heavy guys and just pretty much being our backbone of effort and changing the front and crossing face and everything like that. And my thoughts to it, I'm kind of very iffy about it. I know I'm not going to deny the fact when Marinelli was here, we did have the one season where we did actually perfect the bend but don't break defense. But I just thought with us having a guy like Mazi and with us having another, a plethora of 3-techs, that we will try to go more traditional or just view Mazi as the 1-tech. But I got to trust my coaches and I got to keep a close eye on this because we got plenty of tests during the season that is going to either fortify this theory or going to completely tear down this plan that the coaches have for them. The second story I'm following is pretty much going to tear Cowboys apart because we are all over the place. It's the running back room. We do not know going into the season, even with this first week, who is going to be the Dallas Cowboys starting running back. It is a close race of almost 4 or 5 racers in that. Like every time we see someone post and it's a running back clip, it's a different name. That's the nuance I'm seeing of it. I even seen Javonte Turpin getting some carries. I even see CeeDee Lamb getting some carries. That's a good change up. I hope that's not a main, go-to. But I appreciate that Brian Schottenheimer is sticking to what he's saying of us being and emphasizing the run, because I at least need you to do this in training camp and in preseason, because we need to walk out with a clear hierarchy of things. And even guys like Deuce Vaughn, who I'm rooting for, I've seen probably a clip of him almost every day, at least one. And I'm very happy with that because I think people were, low-key sleeping on him. But even the 2 rookies, we're seeing carries with them. I finally saw a Miles Sanders clip, Javonte Williams. Like there's no gap being or no defined leader of this room just yet. So we're gonna have to very much so pay attention to this, especially in the preseason, because we need this question answered and fast. The next storyline is everyone's favorite, man. I'm paying attention to this. The 3-headed monsters, CeeDee, Pickens, Dak, their connection and how they're just how they interact, how they celebrate with each other. We're finding out that Pickens is very much so underrated when it comes to his route running. He's a lot more explosive. He looks a lot more fluid. Definitely passes the eye test, and he said in his interviews, man, that hey, you only viewed me one way as a receiver. So, and that's only because, we didn't have great players. And if you really think about it, man, he did not have great QB play that can throw him every route. And the best route they can throw to him is, hey, go down there and I'm gonna throw it up to you. So just seeing how Schottenheimer is using CeeDee as a decoy, motioning across the formation, having, capturing eyes, creating maybe a single safety looks, or just maybe breaking up brackets. I love to see the clips of what I can see that when they do pass the ball, I love seeing how the separation these guys are getting even from our room, and the love that they have for each other. I think it's like deeper than brothers. I can firmly say we have never pretty much had a wide receiver duo that was this close before. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, not even CeeDee and Amari. It was more like, and people been saying it, like it's more of a big brother type thing. These guys, they view each other as equals, man, and they're very happy to be in each other's presence, man. The fourth story I'm following, of course, you follow me, make sure to subscribe. But I'm my offensive line guy, and shout out to Vach, man. He's down there, a YouTube guy, DallasCowboys.com. As he's there at the training camp, he's getting nothing but offensive line footage, and I'm eating it right up. I am paying close attention and trying to validate the development that I definitely predicted, and just pretty much root on these guys. Like, I've been seeing Tyler Guy, he's been stacking some days, man, especially this week. I know it's been 1 week and they just put the shells on the day, but this guy, hey, I'm seeing the improvements, and I'm right there with Vosh, because he's right there cheering them on. I am so happy, so happy to see that, like, he's made this improvement, man. Like, and I'm paying attention to Dallas Smith leading it off, being just a perfectionist that he is. I'm hearing Cooper BB is taking more control of identifying the ID, and he's taking pretty much some of the responsibility back from Dak, and now he's taking it up, and he's looking stronger as well. And then, not to mention the rookie Booker, man, he's looking like a, he's been there before. He's just soaking it all in. I'm paying very close attention, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from Connor Riley, just being active and just being in those guys and just developing that cohesion and everything like that. I just talked about it a while ago, how it's a different running back breaking a play. I appreciate the entire offensive line room making that happen, not just the first group, second group, third group. I'm very much so paying attention to that too. I'm hearing Thomas's name a lot. It's just very intriguing, that group right there, to see. I'm trying to see the development in real time with that group, man. And then lastly, I know this is not necessarily, a storyline that's, like the two, but it was a very hot, everything like that. We know how to, our owner got to the podium and said some very negative things about the, the team. And I've had a whole show on it, why that was so much bad. But one thing I pretty much loved, and it really sparked me, that I'm very much so going to pay attention to. I love how Trevon, he got to the, the podium after the practice, after the first, practice, and he stood up for himself. Micah was right there with him, and Trevon was mentioning how he was in support of Micah and his contract situation, and Micah was saying how he didn't appreciate everything like that, and Micah even mentioning the players that was also, called out, and then that didn't come and be with them. But and also the two, like yesterday, CeeDee Lamb in his interview, he was saying how he was supporting Micah and his process and everything like that, how just acknowledging the climate, and that brotherhood is forming. And then the beautiful cherry on top, I think Schottenheimer was asked about it sometime today, about the situation, about them responding via interviews, and he didn't take the time to hone in on that. He mentioned what I'm mentioning in the storyline, how that's just a representation of the brotherhood that's going on within this team. And I'm seeing that cohesion, I'm seeing that that this team coming together, that continuity that we've been missing these last couple of years, that I've been very critical of, how we've been going into games as multiple teams because we're never together. And I'm seeing that firsthand with this group. That is going to translate to the field, even though I know this is a politic battle, or this is a battle outside with the media. I pay attention. These small victories, these micro battles, they're going to prove very helpful on the field later in the season. And then some honorable mentions I wanted to go over in storylines just quickly. Fullback. I know we only got one fullback on this team, but this is he's going to, warrant 2 videos probably this preseason, and Hunter Luepke. Because I'm noticing some things, hearing like Aisha talk, hearing other people and people who are there, talk about what is going on with the offense. And the common thing I'm hearing is that, Hunter Luepke is out there as an H-back, as an extra tight end, and he's very crucial in how in these shifts in motions, and sometimes at inserting in the pass plays. And I'm just thinking to myself, is he the marriage when the coaches say they want to marry the run with the pass? And because when I think of him, I've been saying it for the longest. He can be our Kyle's Juszczyk because he's that versatile of a player. So I'm very much so paying attention to Hunter Luepke and how we use him, and he still can carry the ball as well. And then his extension is the tight end room. I'm very much so paying attention to the tight end room. I know everyone's been showing, the pass catching and everything like that, but I care about the other side and what makes the tight end a tight end. So, and like in the first day, I was very unimpressed in that regards, because there was reports of falling on the ground, and when you see the clips, it's somebody blowing up a tight end. Okay, so this tight end group, as we get more, I know they had shells on with the pads on. I want to see an improvement with the blocking. I need to see an improvement with physicality and blocking in that group, and just be better than what they were last year. So I'm very much so going to be paying attention to that, because as a team who's trying some type of running threat, all levels of blocking is going to be important, even your tight ends, because they need to very much so improve from last year. But those are the storylines that matter. The 5 with a little bit of extra and some honorable mention. We're going to continue to go on with this camp. I'm so excited that football is back, everyone. Make sure to like, subscribe the video. Man, comment down below, what stories are you following? You know what I'm saying? That you are paying close attention to. We love our Cowboys. I'm gonna try to be out there when they come back to Dallas. So y'all make sure to continue to support, send the cash apps and everything like that. And hey, until next time, peace.